As long as you stay true to what you're doing, the acknowledgements, the numbers, all of that will come. It's like moth to a flame. Simple as that. If you just keep doing what you're supposed to be doing and you stay on a good path and you just keep pursuing it, whatever is meant to come to you will come.
What's up, everyone? My name is Taylor Howard, and welcome to 2 Decades Deep. Whether you're listening in on Apple Podcasts or you're tuning in on YouTube and Spotify, I'm so happy to have you here. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I've been so excited for this episode. We have a DJ. She's been a DJ for over 11 years. She is on WGN as a radio producer. She's a Chicago Bulls and Atrium DJ. And she was voted one of 2 of Chicago's top 3 DJs since 2019. We have DJ Cash Era.
Yo, what's up? It's her, the air horn. Absolutely.
You know, the funny thing is, I have to tell the story about how I literally ambushed you into doing this. Well, we were at Tribe and you were literally in the middle of a DJ set. And I was with my cousin Cache. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's Casera. I need to go up there. I want her on my podcast. And so I ran up there and I was so nervous, but you willingly agreed to be on the show.
Absolutely. Nervous for what?
I don't know. I was like,
nervous. This is great. The intro was great. I've watched some of the past episodes. I love what you're doing here. I'm honored to be here, honestly.
And I'm really excited for this conversation because I think you are a phenomenal person, a phenomenal DJ, and you have a substantial impact on the Chicago community and beyond. But before we get into the podcast, I gotta know, what shoes do you have on? I'm not a shoe head, so I don't know what you got on, but I know it's Jordans.
That's the way to ask. It's Jordans. I'm like the fakest sneakerhead in the world.
They look nice. I got my little Nike shoes that I got at Nordstrom Rack.
Hey,
so I'm trying to keep up with you.
Deal. I love a good deal. Okay, a clearance rack. Hate to see me coming. Okay, every time.
Okay. Okay. Before we get into the conversation, we're gonna do rapid fire.
I love it. 5
words or less. Don't think too much into whatever comes to your head, okay?
I must be counting the words more than anything. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, I'll be counting them. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. Vinyl or digital?
Vinyl.
Biggest crowd you've ever played for?
Ooh. When I opened for Wiz Khalifa.
Most underrated DJ and producer?
Most underrated? Damn. Ryan the Person. He's a Chicago DJ.
Ooh, I need to look into it. Best city for a party?
Chicago.
Period. One piece of gear you can't live without?
One piece of gear I can't live without. My laptop.
If you had to describe your DJ style in one word, what would it be?
I wanted to say just sporadic, but I'll say open format.
Preset ritual.
I pray.
If you could collab with any artist, dead or alive, who would it be?
Only one?
You can do a couple.
Okay, cool. Give me Victoria Monet. Give me Missy Elliott and Aaliyah.
That would be fire.
Thank you. Yeah.
Go-to track to hype up a crowd.
It's like a timeless type of song. I would say This Is How We Do It or Poison. If it's something that's like current, give me TJF by Glorilla or damn near anything with Sexy Red on it.
When you said give me, I thought you were doing give me head top. What's that song called?
Listen, I'm a DJ for a reason, not a singer. I was not about to sing no words to you. I'm so sorry for the setup of it. I apologize.
And no, it's totally fine. I was just trying to make sure I was on your wavelength.
No, I mean, that's also a good song. That is a good hit, for sure.
Best way to recover from a bad transition?
Go to the next one. You cannot, I'm not thinking about it too bad. It's a train wreck. Keep it moving.
One non-music skill you wish you had?
That I could draw or sing.
Lastly, what does being behind the decks or controlling the energy mean to you? This one could be longer.
I'm like, you want 5 words or less? Damn, you strict. Rapping around here. Being behind the decks means that I'm quite literally making memories for people in real time. And I get to be a part of their memories for, as long as they live and whatever stories they pass down to someone else. So I get to literally watch people create memories in real time. And that's a beautiful thing to witness.
I really like that answer. And I mean, I think about whether it was a dance, whether it was a wedding or whatever, I do remember the vibes. I do remember the DJ. So I definitely resonate with that. But we're going to hop right into the conversation. So I know you're a DJ now. I know you didn't always think you were going to be into DJing. I know that you were going to be in the STEM field. So let's go back a little bit. When did you realize that you were interested in DJing?
Honestly, I don't think I realized that I was interested in it until I started taking a class about it. And that was my freshman year of college. When I was in high school, I was like a straight A student, top 10, all of it. And I really wanted to do forensic science. And they made me be like the lead speaker for this leadership program that I was in. So I had to talk to the entire class of freshmen, which is very intimidating. It's like 450 of them. And they're like, yeah, go talk to them and get them to quiet down. I'm like, you want me by myself to quiet down 450 kids that do not know me? I am scared. But doing that made me realize like, okay, like I'm cool at public speaking, great. And then that's when I started thinking about studying radio. And that's literally what made the switch. Like I hit senior year and I was on track to go study forensic science. I think we were like maybe 3 months before graduation, I switched. And I was like, no, I'm gonna go study art. I'm gonna go to art school. And everyone was like, what? You want to do who? I'm like, no, I'm going to go study radio. And I got to Columbia. I went to Columbia College downtown in Chicago. And I took a random DJ course. And the first day he had us playing on vinyl. Shout out to DJ INC. And from there it was like, I like this. This is pretty cool. And I saw it as a hobby. It wasn't until I think senior year after I graduated that it made me realize I kept pursuing radio so hard. Meanwhile, DJing literally was the source of my income since the freshman year. I kept rocking with it because no one was really giving me a job in radio like that. I mean, WGN hired me, but it was like part-time, a month after I graduated. And part-time pay versus what I was doing when I was DJing. I'm like, yeah, DJing is the full-time gig. And I just kept rocking with that and just kept focusing on it.
So something that stood out to me, and I can actually relate to this, was going towards like a creative path. I remember when I told a family member that I wanted to pursue journalism, they were like, girl, like that's a dying industry, which I can't lie, it is, but it was something that I wanted to do. And so when you decided to transition from wanting to be a forensic scientist and then getting into the more media space, like, can you just talk about how you were able to bet on yourself and kind of move forward despite having that reaction of like, what are you doing?
Yeah, absolutely. I will say I have to give all the credit in the world to my mom. Like when I said it to my mom did not question it. She didn't doubt it. She wasn't in shock. She was just more so like, okay, now we're gonna go study radio. Great. It was people at the school that I had to like ignore and block out of my head. They were the ones that were like, literally, I got called down to the office at one point, and they were like, is everything okay at home? You want to talk about anything? And I'm like, everything's great. What's wrong? Like, you made such a drastic switch. Like, is everything all right? I'm like, yeah, guys. I just realized I don't want to be in school forever. I don't want all this debt. Yeah, I think my mom just, like, really backing me and supporting my decision is what really helped carry it out. And I think it was also a thing of, like, if I do 1 year and I hate it, I can switch. Like, I'm not married to this. Things can change, things can alter. Yeah, I wasn't scared to make the switch. And I think another piece of it also, and I don't talk about this often, when I graduated 8th grade, my mom's gift to me was taking me up to 103.5 KISS FM. And I got to sit in with, his name was Scotty K when he was on air out here. My mom messaged him on Facebook, I think, and asked could she bring her daughter up to just sit in on one of his shows. And he said, absolutely, bring her in for the full 4-hour show. And I got to just sit up there and watch him work the board. So I had that going into high school. So it's like making the switch, I had already seen, like, no, you can be successful in this. He's one of 1,000 that was able to do it in Chicago's market. But it's possible. If he could do it, I could do it. And I think that was always the thing. Like, I'm watching other people do this. why am I gonna limit myself just because it seems like it's a dying field or like it's not possible? I'm like, I can do anything. So yeah.
You can do anything. And something that also stands out to me is you had a quote on Darius's show.
Oh, you did your research.
One thing about me, baby, I do my research.
Okay. Tell me the quote because I don't know what the quote was.
Okay, I'm a paraphrase.
Okay, that's fine. That's great.
So something that really stood out to me though is you're really big into mentorship, and that's something that we're going to talk about later in the conversation. But you really wanted to give people hope because you were saying that you wanted to show people that look like you or identify like you that they have the opportunity to succeed. And so let's dive into that. So you knew that, okay, this may be a hobby, but you realize that this is what is ultimately making you money. Can you just talk a little about the transition and what it looked like to be a Chicago DJ and maybe some of the obstacles that you faced?
Yeah, absolutely. I would say starting out, like I came in the game being one of the youngest, and that was from default. I didn't turn 21 until almost right before graduation. So I was getting asked by venues to come out and DJ, and I'm like, oh, I wish I'm 19, I'm 20, so I couldn't even do that yet. A lot of other promoters and whatnot wouldn't be too keen to book me because I was new to the scene or because I was a woman or really because I was queer. That would be like the biggest thing that I would have to go up against. And it just took having to find other people that also I was able to see myself in. So like Ray Chardonnay, DJ Cutthroat, DJ All the Way K, like Gemini Jones, other queer women DJs that were in the city already making waves, doing their own thing. So I started just following them, reaching out to them, getting cooler with them. And I had to just reset myself. Like if I'm not getting booked by this person or in this venue, clearly I'm not meant to be there for a reason. Or if it is a thing of like, no, I really want to play there, I'm going to figure out my way to get in that venue later. It's just not right now. I feel like everything happens for a reason, even if it doesn't happen at the time that you wanted to. It's just delayed. That's all it is. So yeah, I think it was more so this thing of like, fuck y'all. Like, if you got a problem with me because I'm a woman, because I'm black, because I'm gay, that's a personal problem for you. You not going to stop what I'm doing. So I would just have to pivot and focus on something else. Yeah, and I think it's literally just about the persistence of it. And even in my queerness, in my womanhood, in my blackness, it's like, you're not going to make me question anything about myself because I know who I am and I'm secure in that. And that's how I carry out everything in my career, too.
Yeah, and that's something that I've noticed. And I love that you said that, like, at the end of the day, if I'm not meant to be here, if I'm not meant to be here at this moment, that is actually okay. And so, if I'm being honest, like starting the podcast, to be in the media space, it is hard to, if you don't see yourself in it, for one, and then two, to bet on yourself because the media is oversaturated and there's a lot of people that are succeeding and you're just trying to like find your footing in it. And I appreciate you being so transparent about like, regardless of what people think of me, I'm going to show up as myself authentically. So I'm interested to know, what was that break in DJing that you realized, like, wait a second, I'm actually gaining some more traction in Chicago?
I'm doing this?
Mm-hmm.
I would say, I don't think there's been like just any one singular break that I can pinpoint. I think it would be like a multitude of breaks or like a multitude of acknowledgments, of accomplishments. It's not just one singular thing that I can pinpoint where it's like, the light bulb clicked, like people see me, I'm doing this. I would just say it's been like a multitude of things. I think one of the first breaks was like when I was even still in college. I got asked to DJ the men's football and basketball games at Northwestern University. That was a click because I'm like, dang, like this is a really big field. Like these games are televised. This is huge. That was a click. And then I think for me, like one of the biggest clicks was graduation. And I think graduation brought a little bit of a realness to it because like as you know, like leading up to graduation, you're applying to jobs. Like you're setting out your resume, everything you did during college, and you're in competition. Like the people that you made friends with in your class, all y'all have the same degree and y'all are going for the same job. So it's the competition of it. And I think after applying to so many jobs and getting so many no's or no follow-ups and whatnot, that was the click where I just had to take a step back and look. And I'm like, what have I was questioning myself, like what the fuck did I do these 4 years? Like, I did 4 years, I got this degree, what the hell have I been doing all this time? And as I was questioning myself, I remember I was sitting in the studio, I was almost on the verge of tears. And I got an email about a gig to go DJ something. And that made me realize, like, dumbass, you've been DJing. Like, that's what you've been doing. Is that what your degree is in? No, but it's an extension of radio. And it just made me recenter myself. Like, I'm good. Like, I need not stress. And also my mom telling me, because after graduation hit, that next day, you ain't got nothing going on.
Nothing.
It's just, you go to class, you go to graduation. That next Monday, you wake up and it's just like, okay, I'm done. I ain't got to register for classes no more, nothing. And my mom was just like, you have a month off with nothing to do. You will never see another month in your life of no job, no responsibilities, no nothing. Enjoy it. And I did, kind of. I was also stressing. Like, every day I'd wake up and be like, I don't have a job yet. but I was like trying to enjoy that time. And I'm glad that I did, because I could barely even get a week off at this point. So yeah, I don't think it was any one specific break, because I think even now I hit a milestone where I'm like, okay, like, we're doing this. Like, we're doing good. Like, last year, I DJ'd this dance battle with Red Bull. And one clip they posted, it was to this song, it's called La Chona. And the two dancers went, the Red Bull like dancer style event where it's like a dance battle with two dancers on the floor, and it's like a random song that they usually would not dance to. I DJ'd that for Red Bull. The clip that came from it is beautiful. Got over like 3 million views right now on Instagram, TikTok, everything. That was the clip that took my followers up exponentially. So it was like, damn, okay, like, this was a break. But it's like, yeah, that helped get my followers up, but it doesn't it doesn't dictate or differentiate from the good work that I was doing before I got X amount of followers. And I think people get caught up in the follower count. The follower count doesn't dictate how good you are. It's just how many people are seeing you. Big whoop. Like, you can be doing great work and no one see it. The work still counts for itself.
Yeah, and I want to go back to that, just talking about like betting on yourself despite maybe like seeing it tangibly, but just knowing that the work that you're doing is good. But you keep referencing your mom.
Yeah,
and
I love my mom.
I love my mama too. Shout out to Ann. Shout out your mom.
Mama Cash. Shout out Mama Cash.
Oh, y'all are both Cash?
No, that's what the internet calls her.
Oh.
Her name is Cassandra.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
Because Eric Cassandra.
Yeah. She was very intentional with that one.
I know, I love that. My mom wasn't, but it's okay. Well,
okay.
Actually, she is, but because she's Marie, Angela Maria. She's Maria. I'm Marie. So I guess she kind of did what she kind of did it.
My mom got lazy with the middle name, just copy and pasted. We have the same middle name. So
that's cute.
Is it cute?
Yeah, you're almost a junior.
Yep.
Women can be juniors too, by the way.
Yeah, I know we can be juniors. That's not what I was aiming for. That's not, like, my sister's also, she's Carissa, so it's the cuz that carry. Her middle name is very clever. I won't give out her middle name. No, I can't. It's her socials. It's Carissa Miche.
Oh, that's
so it's
nice.
Like, right? Very clever, very unique, very distinguishable.
Very demure.
Very demure.
Very demure.
She loves that word too. Shout out to my sister Carissa.
We shout out everybody. Shout out to Cody, my dog. No, I'm just kidding.
Shout out the gang, you know what I'm saying?
But it keeps going back to this, having a good support system, which a lot of people don't have. And I think especially when you are betting on yourself and following your dreams, you really need those people around you. Can you just talk about your community and how they've been so impactful during this time?
Oh, man. I feel like I'm one of the most lucky people in the world with how people show up for me and really rally behind me and want to see me win. The first gig that I ever got booked for is a youth poetry slam. It was formerly called Louder Than a Bomb, now known as Rooted and Radical. And the people who were working like in the more administrative side of the work, a lot of them like left the org and went on to work at different agencies and marketing agencies, different brands, whatever. Every single one of them have taken me with them. So whatever agency they went to next, whatever accounts they got, they were booking me for those events. They were making me more visible. My best friend, he's like a brother to me. His name is Eddie. Me and him got connected at the Apple store. This man has gone from so many different places since then. He's not at the Obama Foundation and has taken me with him everywhere he's gone. And it's that type of good in the world that makes you feel good. Like, people talk about Chicago being such a cutthroat city, and people don't want to see you win, and they compare it to like crabs in a barrel almost. I think that my story almost is a testament that Chicago is not like that. When you find your people, they really will help you win, and they will try to lift you up and elevate you in the best way they can to see you succeed. And then also in retrospect for me, it's like I see them doing that work to lift me up. So I'm also, every time I reach a new height, I'm turning around trying to lift them back up with me as well. It's a give and take type of transfer of energy. But yeah, everywhere I go, people are speaking life into me. I still get people who are like, oh, you suck. I like so-and-so better. And I'm like, okay, then go see them. You came here and you saw me. But no, like the people that I have surrounding me and always around me pour life into me. And I think I'm able to pour life into them. And that's what keeps me going ultimately, having that type of love and energy around me all the time.
It's really refreshing to hear that mindset of like reaching back. And something that I always think about, Issa Rae said at one time, she's like, I do network up, but I also network across like, the people that are, yeah. And I think that's such an important and overlooked mindset. And so it's really nice to hear you say that, especially because people in the media space, and I do hear that thing about Chicago. I just moved back and I heard like, okay, watch out because, people are only worried about themselves. But I also agree. I've had a lot of good connections since I've been here. So it's really nice to hear that. Can you just talk about the importance of mentorship? And you even said in one interview, like you want people to be even better than you.
I always say that. When people are like, oh, I want to be just like you, I'm like, no, like, please don't. I want you to be better than me. Like the things that I'm doing and like the milestones that I'm reaching and different accolades that I'm receiving, I want it to be easier for you to get that. I want you to go further than I can go. Like where I'm even at right now is further than what I even dreamed was possible. I want you to go further than what I can even dream. Like when people say like dreams are that it scares you, it's not that my dreams scare me. It's literally that I'm going past what I could even think was fathomable. And I want folks to go beyond that. And I think the importance of mentorship is being able to see that for other people. Like, it's not just about me. So I always try to network across. Like, whenever I can hire somebody for an event or something, I'm looking at who's in my network, who did I go to school with, who's on the same playing field as me. Because, yeah, like, you can reach out to somebody who's above you, or, like, higher ranked than you, and they might help you out. But I think there's a higher sense of gratification and satisfaction when you're able to work with someone on the same level as you. And then y'all both grow together in unison. I think that's a beautiful thing to witness. And then when it comes to mentorship, I had my DJ teacher was my mentor and still is, DJ INC, which stands for I Need Cash. So like my DJ name literally pays homage to him in that. And he taught me everything I know. I could text that man today and be like, hey, I need this repaired. I need X, Y, and Z. And he will still help me out and give me the answers to it. So for me, it was just like, I want to be able to do that for somebody else. And almost every mentee that I have, some of them ask me straight out like, yo, I want to DJ for you. I want to be your mentee. Like Suki G's saw me at a party as soon as the music stopped, walked up to me on the stage and was like, I want you to mentor me. I was like, okay, let's do it. And I literally threw her a gig like a week later. So yeah, I think it's just a thing of like, I want to help other people reach their dreams too, while I'm also still striving for mine. Because it's not only about me, it's bigger than me. And I know, like you mentioned earlier, like how I'm visible and the intersectionalities that I do represent, I know that can leave people feeling impacted and feeling good when they do see me in spaces. Like when I'm DJing for the Bulls and the Concourse and the Atrium, I can't tell you how many aunties walk past me like, okay, girl, I see you. That like hearing that feels so good because I know for a lot of them when they were my age growing up, they were not seeing a black person, let alone a black woman, DJing in the spaces that I'm in right now. So if I'm able to help more DJs that look like me or can relate to me in any way, shape, or form, accomplish what they want to do too, and keep these spaces filled with somebody that does resemble me, then I'm doing the right thing.
Yeah, and it's very evident because I feel like even the people around you are all flourishing in their own respective way. So I definitely think that you're doing your part. We've talked a lot about you being a DJ. We know you've honed your craft. We know that you're very invested in that. But there's another piece, I think, to successes is knowing who you are. And I want to talk a little bit about that because I'll be honest, I feel like in my mid 20s is finally when I started to get it, when I was like, okay, I need to find myself. I need to discover myself. I need to figure myself out. I couldn't name 5 things that I like to do. So my question is for you, because you said very early on when you were 21, you knew who you were. And even when you received rejection, it didn't shake who you were to the core. So how were you able to embrace your authenticity, or how did you find that?
Oh, damn, Taylor, these are great questions. I'm over here sweating. I think for me, it was really just like my upbringing, I think. Because I never really, don't get me wrong, like when I do hear the rejections, like a no, if it's something that I really want, it hurts. And I might even like get worked up to the point of tears, but it's not tears of like sadness, tears of like frustration. And I think just being so firm in who I am is, oh, damn. How do I know who I am? That's what you're asking me. That's such a hard thing to answer.
I can rephrase a couple.
No, it's fine. I love this question. Shit. I've never gotten something like this in an interview before. I'm so sorry. Have fun editing this.
I'm different.
No, truly. Insert that song clip right here too. I think all we do is play. I think, damn it. Ask the question again, Taylor. You make me laugh too much. Shit.
How are you able to find your authentic self, or how do you stand firm in your authenticity?
For sure. Great question, by the way. I think that it's still something that I'm learning to do on a daily. Just that at a young age, growing up, I was always taught, like, don't take no shit. Like, my grandpa's favorite saying was, don't take no wooden nickels. And I have it tattooed on my arm in his honor. And it literally just means, like, don't take no bullshit. So I was hearing that since I was a kid. So when you grow up hearing that, it's like, if someone comes to me crazy, I'm not going to take that shit because I've been raised different. I have a mouth on me. I'm very cool, very bubbly, very happy. But if you try me, I don't fight. I've never been in a fight. I've never been in a physical fight a day in my life. Never. I've never been in a fight a day in my life. So if you want to square up, you gonna win, baby. I'm not putting the dukes up. But I will, my mouth will run. I will let you have it verbally for sure. And I think just having that, it's like, who gonna say something to me? Also, I'm bigger built, so who gonna whoop my ass? Like, I honestly think that's been like my thought process in so many different instances. And I think it's really just being comfortable in who I am. I think being secure in who you are comes from being comfortable with who you are and being comfortable in how you show up in spaces. If you are uncomfortable in yourself, that's going to transpire into bigger issues for you down the line too. So I think just always being comfortable in who I am as a person is what has led me to be able to have strong standings in that. And it still gets shaken a little bit sometimes, but I try to always just remember, like, nah, bro, like, this is who I am. Like, I am Casera, I am DJ Cashera. They are one and the same. Like, what you see is what you get. This is me. And if you don't like it, go find someone else that you do like. That's cool.
And I love that you said that who you are doesn't, like, there's not like, in so many ways, like a code switch, or there's like a cutoff of like, oh, like for me, it's like, oh, am I Taylor just the podcaster versus Taylor the person? And I've learned to, over time, actually have them intertwine. I think that I tried to separate the two only to figure out that doesn't work. Like, you can't separate your own self from the other environments that you're in. And so what do you take into the DJ space from your personal life or from Casera?
I take in my goofiness for sure. Like, when I play random mashups, that's me, just like, that's my goofiness. That's my personality in general. I think I really take into it my sense of inclusion. So, like, when I DJ, I look at the crowd and I'm like, who's not dancing yet? I want to include them in. So I'll start playing with different songs. Like, if I got the rest of the crowd going, that's great. I can keep them locked in. You have not bobbed, like, you ain't bobbed your head. You ain't sang along, tapped your foot, nothing. How can I get you to also join the party? I think that, and then my intuition. Like I think women DJs in general have the superpower of their intuition because we can very easily tap into people's emotions easily because we are women. And I use that to my advantage all the time when I'm DJing. Like, I can sense the mood in the room. If somebody just fought, I can tell. If somebody like was just getting ready to tussle, I can tell like it's this amped up energy. There's like bridesmaids in the room. You can just feel it. You can feel different pockets of people in there. If people just came in and they were ready to turn up for someone's birthday, you can feel it. So yeah, I think I take all those things into it, and my people watching skills. I love people watching from the DJ booth. I ain't gonna hold you. I love that. That'd be one of my favorite pastimes when I'm DJing. So yeah, I take that to the booth too.
Yeah, I love this inclusivity aspect. And I do think that in those spaces, because you talked about you like creating memories, but you do pride yourself on making sure people feel safe, people feel seen. And is there a time where you could think about where, I know that you said that you look out and see like, okay, who's dancing, who's happy, but is there a time that really resonates with you that really like made you want to hone in on inclusivity as a part of your brand? Or is that just who you are?
I think that's just who I am. Yeah, I think that's really just who I am. Like I think it came from like personal experiences. Like I remember when I was in high school, I did get slightly gay bashed and bullied, and it was very telling, and that shit hurt when it happened. And it was my freshman year when it happened. And I went from a private Catholic school. I graduated out of a class of 10 kids that I had been with since second grade to then go to this really big ass high school, and there's 400 and something, there's like 450 of us freshman year. And to then get like exiled out. And then when I officially came out, I lost friends. They wouldn't talk to me in class no more. Some of the upperclassmen bullied me, and it was like that was shit that that I remembered going through the rest of my high school career. And from then, it was like just walking through the hallways, I would like not even focus on it, but if I saw someone just not act like their usual self, or if I saw kids in the lunch by themselves, I would be the one to get up and go sit with them. So that just carried with me through that process. So shout out to the bullies in high school. Shout out to y'all, because y'all made me better, truly.
They sure did. And I'm sorry that you had to experience that in order to like overcome it. Like I feel like people, it just really sucks how people treat people and the things that you take with you, because even though you're a phenomenal person, you're extremely successful, you didn't need that, in order to be successful. So I'm really glad that you are succeeding in your field. But I just wanted to say that because I keep hearing those stories with my friends, family members, and it's mortifying, honestly.
It is. It's mortifying. I think it's also like, this is a lot about how you handle it and how you process it, right? So like, I was always taught the best revenge is to prove them wrong. And that's it. Like, it was never thinking of like, I'm going to lash out, I'm going to get them back. Like, no, I'm going to just focus on me. And it is true, because two of the people that did like pull one of the like most cruel pranks on me when I was in high school, maybe like 3 years ago, they were standing outside of Progress Bar in Boys Town, and I had to go in to DJ. And I walked past them, and they were standing with someone that I actually knew that I was cool with. And when I walked past, the one that I was cool with was like, "You about to go in here?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm DJing tonight." And he was like, "Oh, okay, bet, we'll see you in there." And they're at the end of the line, standing in the alleyway. I'm like, all right, cool. Usually if I'm cool with a person, I'm like, no, walk in with me. And he knows that. I've done that with him before. But then when I saw who he was with, I was like, yeah, I'll see you in there. Cool. And walked in. They made it in an hour later. Best feeling ever.
Oh, I bet.
That felt great.
No, literally. It's like, I'll see you in there, Bookie.
Yeah. Like, all right. Y'all stay dry out here because it was raining too. Made it better. Y'all stay dry. I'll see y'all inside.
I am screaming. But I really admire and respect the fact that you kept your composure, because you could have done all types of stuff.
I could have.
You could even probably prevented them from coming in. But I think that just who you are to the core.
No, I want you to see me win.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing. Like, I want you to see me win. Anybody that ever doubted me, I just want you to see me win. Mm-hmm. I want you to have to eat your words.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they have. One more thing that I really want to get into is just this mindset you have, because I'm not going to hold you. I be crashing out. When I started this podcast, it's such a vulnerable space because I'm choosing to share my life. I'm choosing to share my craft with people. And I think I can get caught up sometimes, not as much anymore, but when I first started, on the numbers, how many people saw it, how much exposure I'm getting. But then I have to always remember like the why behind why I started 2 Decades Deep. It wasn't to blow up and everyone know who I am, but it was to really make 20 somethings feel seen in this world. So going back to you and your mindset, you talked about like you really weren't focused on the numbers, you know? So can you just talk a little bit about how you stay true to the grind, stay true to the craft despite what it potentially looks like?
Yeah, absolutely. I think so many times we get caught up in the numbers, and I think that's the blessing and the curse of social media, right? Like, yes, it brings you more exposure, but also you'll get in that trap of like focusing, like how many comments did I get, how many likes did I get, how many views, everything you're talking about, right? But I think if you, one, break it down, it's like, say, because you got to do a lot of editing, a lot of posting, all of that, right? A lot of my work is done live. I rarely record my sets and edit them to post them later. With you though, or with anything that anyone would post and edit, right? If you post something and say it gets like 20 likes, change the mindset, right? Change the perspective. If you put on a fly ass fit and you walk down the street and 20 people compliment you, you'd be like, damn, I got that shit on today, right? So it's like, I take appreciation in the numbers that I do get, because people that do see it, they saw it for a reason, and it may cause ripple effect that I'll never even see the full effects of down the line, right? Like, I've had people that come up to me and they're like, oh my God, I saw you DJ at whatever back in 2015. And because of you, I went and did X, Y, and Z. And hearing something like that, it's like, damn, I thought no one saw I did that. I thought no one cared. The people who need to see it and that want to see it will see it, right? And I think a part of the reason why I say so true to the grind and just keep going is because I'm not doing it solely for for the acknowledgments. I'm doing it for me. I got something to prove to myself. And as long as you just, I know I said something like this similar on Darius's podcast. As long as you stay true to what you're doing, the acknowledgments, the numbers, all of that will come. It's like moth to a flame. Simple as that. If you just keep doing what you're supposed to be doing and you stay on a good path and you just keep pursuing it, whatever is meant to come to you will come. And that's not to say, like, I've absolutely had low moments, right? Like, I feel like now a lot of times I'm able to post the big stuff that I'm doing. It's like, wow, like, this is major. Look at this. It was not always major stuff, though. Like, this is over 11 years. It did not start out this way. Like, when I was in college, I was DJing, working on campus, working off campus, and in school full time. It's like the gigs that I was booking then are nowhere near like the gigs that I do now. And even now, like, I still work with nonprofits. I love doing that type of work. I love smaller gigs, all that type of stuff. Like, the numbers, even in the room, don't matter. It could be just me and the bartenders and 3 people. I'm going to play it like the room got 1,000 people in there. We're going to have a ball. Simple as that. And I think that's really all that it is. Like, if you love what you really do, the rest of it is irrelevant almost, because you're just doing what you actually love to do.
No, I think that's facts. And I'm really glad that we're having this conversation, because I think I'll speak for myself. I'm not going to speak for nobody else. I do get caught up sometimes. And I think you're like, what? Like, kind of what you said earlier, like, what is all this for? Like, was this worth it? And stuff like that. But then you realize, like, no, because I've gotten those comments of like, oh, because of this episode with the college students, I know how to find community in college, or because of this or because of that. And so I definitely agree with you.
It's hard.
It's hard. Really hard.
I still have those moments, right? Like, I'm 29 and I still, all the time, I'll have moments where I'm like, I'm not doing enough. And then I sit here with you and you're going through all my accolades and what I do, how you studied me. And it makes me feel bad, because then I feel gratitude on days like today. And then I'll still have those low days where it's like a slower month or something like that. And I'm just sitting there like, I'm not doing enough. What am I not doing? What am I not doing? Instead of just taking a moment to just look at what I have done and what I still have going on and what's to come next. I think we get a lot of the times caught up in what we want to do versus what we're currently doing. And that's another thing about like the diversion. It's not happening right now, just period. It's not gonna happen ever. It's just not the time yet. And I can say it easily right now, but I still have my low moments where I'm like, damn, I'm not doing enough. And when I say it to my community and my friends, they're the ones that check me and put me back in. Like, no, you're doing great shit. Calm down. You're good. So yeah, don't be so hard on yourself. Don't be so hard on yourself.
Okay.
Everything's okay.
No, totally. And that's so real though, because I think people share their highlight reels, but people don't always share. And I don't think people are obligated to share their downs too, but I think it gives perspective to know that like, okay, there's always something that we're striving for. And I think with this like instant gratification culture that we live in, we want things right now. But I could argue though, in the mundane, in the slower seasons, that really does birth creativity and pivoting and looking at things a different way. So I totally agree with you. I want to know, to wrap up, we know that you are going to continue to be in the DJing space. We know that you're also a community builder, but whether it's DJing or whether it's just in your personal life, I think legacy is such a strong word, but for lack of a better word, how do you want to be remembered or presented in society? Like when you look back at it, like how would you want to be known for?
Dang. That's, ooh. I want to be, and this is an emotional ass question. That's okay though. I want to be remembered as a DJ from Chicago, as a black woman from Chicago, a queer woman from Chicago, and I want to be remembered as my mom's rugrat, above all else.
I love that.
Thank you.
And it wouldn't be 2 decades deep without asking like what I wish I knew. And so I like to present my guests with an opportunity to provide a little nugget for someone who is either trying to be in the DJ space, someone who is in the LGBTQ community, someone who is just trying to make it, honestly, period. What advice would you give someone, or what is something that you wish you would have known prior to betting on yourself and following your dreams that you know now?
Pace yourself. You're not going to get everything overnight. It's all not going to happen in 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. Like for me, there's goals that I've written down. I shit you not. I've written down the same 3 goals every year for the past 8 years. I have not hit those 3 goals yet, but I've hit other goals that weren't even on the list, right? And I'm grateful for those. And I'm still grateful for the ones that I haven't accomplished yet because I know they're coming. I would say pace yourself. I know it's so cliche. Trust the process. It's hard. Surround yourself with good people. Trust your gut. I think that's something that in your 20s, you'll have people that are older than you telling you like, you don't know nothing, you're too young. Like, nah, if something doesn't feel right, it's probably not right. Trust your gut. And give yourself some grace. You're literally 20. I can say that now because I'm getting close to 30, sadly. I mean, not sadly. I have my own personal crisis hitting 30. But I think we have this idea that like, from watching social media and watching the media in general, this idea that you got to have it all together by a certain age, that is false. It is okay to know what you're doing. I mean, hell, we in our 20s. I got friends that are married with a house and kids, and I got friends that are waking up at 4 p.m. every day because they just was out partying the night before. Like, it's such a wide array of what people are doing. Like, you literally have time. So enjoy the time. And that's the last thing that I also add. While you're also pursuing your dreams and hustling, grinding, etc., take time to enjoy what you're actively doing too. Because every age you hit, you only get to be that age once. Don't waste every day, all year, just trying to get these accolades and accomplishments done. Because when you get it, you're not even celebrating it. Take time to celebrate your wins, no matter how big or small, and enjoy it. Like, have fun. I still take off days. I'll take an off day and just be like, I'm going to go play mini golf. And that's it. I'll go play mini golf, play with my dogs, and I'll go home. Like, enjoy what you're building in real time. Because if you just keep building it, okay, you got it built. Now you old and can't even enjoy it. Enjoy it in real time while you're doing it.
No, I think that was such great advice. And I think also just enjoying stuff in real time. I think we can get so focused on the next and we forget about the now. And so I totally agree with that. I've really enjoyed this conversation for many reasons. I think you're brilliant. I think you're talented. I think you're sound, which is, I mean, I'm not where I want to be just yet, but I do think that this mindset that you have of pouring into people, staying true to yourself is such a big deal. And I know that's going to take you far, because as long as you stay true to yourself, like you said, I think you'll go a long way, and I'm wishing you nothing but success. I'm back in Chicago, so I can go to your sets now.
We outside.
We are outside.
I want to say thank you for having me.
Of course.
I've never been told that I'm sound. That's the biggest compliment someone can ever receive, I think. Yeah, but I think karma works both ways, right? Like when people say like, oh, like karma, like they put the negative on it. Karma also works in good too. You pour out good, you're going to get good back to you as well. So I appreciate it. Thank you for seeing me. Seriously.
Of course. This was amazing. And as always, thank you so much for tuning in. If you don't mind hitting that subscribe button if you're on YouTube, and keep following along on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. As always, we are uncovering who we are one chapter at a time, and we're unfolding at our own pace, and we're exactly where we need to be. Take care, everyone.